Hello, America. I want to talk about balancing the budget and auditing the government. We need to audit the government. I tell you what, we're in a situation just like you, a lot of us Americans, just like you guys was with your old lady. She comes up to you with a handful of bills and says, "We got a problem." Well, what's the problem? Well, I've spent $58,000 on the credit cards and we got to pay it. And you say, "Well, we can't pay it." She says, "Well, we're going to have to raise taxes. We're going to have to do with less, pay more to get this credit card debt down." Well, that's what the government's done to us, see. They've spent us into oblivion. They've put us up to the point where they have to come to the American people, and they're going to cut off old people's Social Security. They're going to make them retire older. It's a pittance anyway. They've paid in year after year after year, and now they're going to get shafted because government's irresponsible, because government's been like our old lady and spend us into oblivion. No, the bailouts are done. The Fed is done. Audit the Fed, audit government. Put all the cards on the table. Chop up the credit cards. No deficit spending. Let's get this under control. Cut off foreign aid. Cut military way down. Reduce by 1/3. Bring our troops home. We got 700 bases across the world. We could reduce that into half. 350 bases. Still cover the world and save what? 40, 50, 60, 100, 150 billion dollars. You know it to be true. Look at the fuel bill for the military alone. We're paying higher airfares and getting our nuts touched at the airport while the military's blasting all over the country at a gallon a minute. Now, hey, we need jets. We need aircraft carriers. But damn, add up the fuel. Just one ride in one of those jets and we got 100 in the air at a time. 1,000 in the air at a time. We can't afford it, America. You're going to take the food out of old people's mouth on Social Security, but you want to fly around in your jet at a gallon a minute? Hell no, that ain't going to happen. I'm telling you right now. You're headed for change, and you're headed for our change, buddy. You're headed for what we need. I tell you, Obama, you're making all the wrong calls. Hope and change was a bunch of crap. You're the same as Bush with a liberal twist. That's all there is to it. You like the gays and abortion and illegal aliens, but that's the only damn difference. The Patriot Act's still there. Guantanamo Bay still there. Iraq still there. Afghanistan still there. You're loving it up with communist countries, with China opening up a nuclear military facility over there to share information. What kind of stupid ass trick is that? Wanting to normalize relations with Cuba now? So now what? We're the socialist United States of America? We did 50 years of a Cold War so we could buddy up with every communist on the damn planet? And then you have the nerve to stand up in front of the American people and say you're not communist? Come on, give me a break. American people are not that freaking stupid. We're waking up to your bank buddies, your corporate buddies, all the big social programs where the American people pay to care for the freaking world. We can't afford it. We're broke. Let the world pay for its own. Let the world police itself. It ain't our job to get into Libya. I'm glad you're staying out of Libya. I'm glad you've kept your mouth shut. I think this is one of your first policies that I have to agree with. Libya's going to have to fight it out itself because we sure as hell ain't putting American forces into Tripoli. That is not going to happen either. You're pushing buttons over there in the Middle East. You want peace in the Middle East, but yet we occupy Iraq and Afghanistan, both border neighbors with Iran. And then you wonder why Iran's pissed off at us? Well, I tell you what, surround my neighborhood on all sides and see if I don't get pissed off. If communist China come in and took over Canada and Mexico, you'd be squalling like a baby. So what do you think's going on? Who's causing the instability? We are. There's more benefits and deficits to pulling out of the Middle East. Bring our troops home. Bring the fuel home. Bring the millions of American dollars a day home. Spend it here. We become stronger and they figure out their own problems. If they get out of hand, we'll go put a boot on their neck. That's how it's going to have to be. But save the money. Save America. Don't take food out of the mouth of old people to pay for your communist agenda. To pay for your peace in the Middle East. If they want to slaughter each other, that's not our problem. Our problem is American old people starving on the freaking streets because you want to cut their Social Security. That's a problem. What do you think the American people are going to do when they see this? Do you think we're that sympathetic with the free Iraqis? Do you think we love them so much we're going to starve our own elderly out on the street? No, that's not going to happen. So where's that leave you, Obama? Where's that leave the Senate? Where's that leave the United States government when the American people wake up and see old people starving in the freaking streets while you're padding the budgets of OPEC, while you're padding the governments and corruption in Afghan and Iraq, where billions of dollars are being lost? Halliburton's robbing us blind. Money flying out where we don't even know where it's going. But you want to take food out of old people's mouth. You want to harm the disabled and the infirm in this country. You want to abandon your own veterans that you send over in these wars. It's not going to happen. You're seeing it right now. The people are going to let you know. It's going to sweep across the country in 12. And you're lucky if it doesn't happen before then.